But we've done I feel like we've pretty well covered achievements, right?
Yeah.
I've yelled quite a bit.
So time to be
I feel like
fully cranky. Not in the Donkey Kong fashion.
We discussed this a little bit on my stream the other.
Yeah.
Like as it was happening, I was like, "Don't do it, because I'm gonna use it." But it just kept happening.
Yeah.
Fandoms.
Yeah.
Now, before I launch into it, do you want to discuss them? Let's let a level-headed person.
Hi, level-headed.
Let's let a not curmudgeon. And that's absolutely what I am. Look up the word. I am a curmudgeon. I am curmudgeonly.
I think I'm going to be on the same page with you that you're going to get to in a minute, that some fandoms are a little overboard. And I mean, the thing is, I want this to be stressed out clearly.
Well, let's define fandom as like how we discuss.
Passionate.
Like, you have fans, and then you have members of a fandom.
True. Okay, so the bad side of a fandom that I'm going to talk about right now is a fan that obviously likes a product, but will go to no ends, or all ends, whatever the saying is, to defend this, and it is thank you, to defend this, and it is the best thing, and everything else sucks. And if you don't like it, you suck. Terrible. Get out of here. Go away. You just, like, I have nothing wrong. Obviously, like the things you like. Do that. Enjoy them. Do your thing. But there's a certain level where it's like, you gotta relax. It's just a movie. It's just a TV show. It's just a video game. It's just a sports team. Whatever it is. Like, calm the fuck down. Well, there's fandoms there too.
I live in Green Bay. We're not getting into as a non-sports person who lives in like one of the biggest, it's not physically biggest, but like one of the biggest football towns.
Right.
Fucking hate it here.
Yeah. So my big thing is just like, if you enjoy something, great. Can you try and share that thing that you love with other people? Yes. But like, people gotta relax and calm down. And like, it's unfortunate, but every facet of entertainment has it. You know, there's people that are on one side and there's people on the other side that like understand or are open and, you know, want to just talk about things, but can have a conversation. It's not just bitch, blah, 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 yada, 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 you know? And it sucks because it's like, it's almost like politics. Like, you just almost don't want to talk about it because everything's...
It is. It's no different. Like, politics are fandom.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong at all. I was thinking about this earlier. It absolutely is. Like, this is, especially when you look at, like, I hate to use the word Bernie bros, but, like, I find them to be the most vocal when it comes to people who disagree with them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, them and, you know, Elizabeth Warren, not so much, but I don't want to say the word maggot, but the other side, you know, Trump fans.
Yeah, I get you.
And don't get me wrong, vote for who you want to vote for.
Yeah, that's...
You know, you got to live with the consequences. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lecture or give anybody shit on what they do. Just, you know, think about people other than yourself. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's the big thing here is like, if you like anything that we happen to talk negatively about or not disagree, we're not saying don't like that thing, because then we're being the thing that we're not liking.
Yeah, I'm not a gatekeeper.
We're just saying
someone who's like, yeah,
you know, these are the examples we see or deal with or whatever, you know, like, we don't care.
And especially when it comes to the politics is a really complicated one, because it's like, you're not talking about a intellectual property, you're talking about people and things. Yeah. It's like, and like, I don't want to bring up a current one, but like the immediate one that pops in my mind is like Hitler. Hitler fucking sucked. Hitler was bullshit. At the same time, Hitler also made sure that the doctor who made sure when his mother died, she went as peacefully as possible, who was a Jew, got the hell out of Germany. He personally made sure of it. Fuck Hitler. Fuck him in the ass with a pineapple in hell forever. he did one good thing though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm not gonna say like this person who's doing this thing for politics and is ostensibly trying to do good for other people is inherently 100% evil.
Right.
But we're gonna get away from politics.
Yeah.
Fucking loaded.
So,
you know, and like I just indicated, there is no black and white in that.
Right.
Because there's personal interest and they're beholden to other things, and the whole thing is fucked. And Canada should just invade us and rule us for 100 years.
Oh boy.
And we should be done. I'm already grandpa. I'm already just like fucking Patton had it right. But in terms of intellectual properties in pop culture, where I come from is you have a fan who is someone who enjoys it and they enjoy it for what it is, and then they move on to something else. You know, when it ends. And then you have fandoms, and you have small ones, and the best one I can think of is the Firefly fandom. And I have never seen a negative aspect of the Firefly fandom. Now, that might be because it was around for 11 episodes, and then it got canceled, so there wasn't enough time for the show to present anything that somebody didn't disagree, or somebody disagreed with, to create a schism. You know? Everyone's essentially on the same page with that. Then you have things that go on and grow bigger and people get invested in. And this is something that did not happen when I was a kid. And you're a little younger than me, so I'm not sure when you started to notice this, but when like fans start, let's take a hard left turn. Fans start really enjoying, and this is definitely a more modern thing. They enjoy things, and then that grows into a sense of ownership and entitlement. Where like, this is this thing that I love, and it should contour to how I think it should go. And then there are various schisms between that. You have like, that's how you get like gatekeepers, where you're not a real fan if you don't like this,
right?
Or if you don't recognize this, or you don't know this, or you haven't accomplished this. And then you have like, that's where you get like, oh, they need to remake The Last Jedi because it's not. It was bad, and it should have gone. Like the whole YouTube channel, this is how it should have ended. Fuck that thing.
Oh,
this
really?
Is how it should have ended.
Oh, see,
like, I get as an intellectual exercise, I get it, but God damn it, I'm getting angry and I can't.
Well, okay, so yeah, I agree with you. Like, the thing is, you don't own XYZ, whatever it is. Like, I get it. You're invested in it. And the thing is, you don't have to like every aspect of said thing.
Every one of my
either.
ideas is questionable, lady.
You don't even have to like every aspect of it. Like, I'm still a Star Wars fan, but I'm not, like, the sequel trilogy. Like, not the best thing in the world. But, like...
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't need to bring up... we don't need to get pitchforks at everything. Like,
right. For sure.
If we don't... I didn't like the end of Game of Thrones. You know, I think it could have gone better, but also I didn't hate it.
Right.
And storytellers are the ones who are telling the story, and if they want to tell a crappy story, that's their right. And if you know, maybe dial back the fan theories and the, you know, criticism and things like that, and let's just like, the world is burning around us. Let's just turn our brains off and enjoy something.
Yeah, and like fan theories, while like fun. Like, it's just, you know, your generic conversation, like, after you leave a movie, like, oh, this is how this thing's gonna work out, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think just too many people, maybe it's the internet age, I don't know, just, like, got themselves hyped up too much, so then when it worked out, you know?
I'm so glad you picked up on that, because that's a thing, yeah. Like, I feel like a lot, because fan theories were the big, like, thing that, I feel like that's kind of a starting point for this, where internet fan theories, where it's like, oh, this is this, and then people latched onto these ideas, and then they couldn't let them go. And then when things didn't play out like that, it's like, well, no, this idea is so much better narratively speaking. Why didn't you do this? This was a dumb idea. You should have done this.
Right.
And then it just kind of grows out of that.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's just someone, like, you just need to divide it for yourself. Like, I read theories before, obviously the end of Game of Thrones, because we're on that example of like things happening or whatever, even before the final season aired on Reddit, excuse me. And it was like, oh, you know, that's cool. But you got to remember, like, It's just an idea. Once again, it's just that conversation piece that you could have with your friend. Like, hypothetically, this could happen and this could. Like, people need to remember that, and just not like you said. Oh, this one's better, so that should have how it been. And the remake
it all
thing,
comes down to like a sense of fan owner. And like I get that like you love something so much and you feel so powerfully about it. Like I remember feeling like that about things, and I really think this is just because I'm getting older, and I really am just turning into an old man. I'm already at grandpa status. Like if I've yelled at my kids to get off the side lawn. But that's because that's where the dog poops. So
logic. Okay.
But I've been like, get off the side of the house. Go play in the back or by the road, but not on the side. But it's Game of Thrones is such a weird example too, because like the whole thing was, like people guessed that big reveal years in advance, and they got it, and they still weren't happy with how it played out.
Yeah.
And there's certain fandoms at times have been worse. And certain fandoms probably got an unnecessary amount of shit from outside people who just thought they were weird, like bronies and furries. They get a lot of shit. Every furry I've ever met has been the nicest fucking person I've ever met. But because other people don't get it, there's a flip side to this. There's like, some fandoms are kind of toxic and they have a negative effect on the property. And there are some that are fine.
Oh yeah.
But because other people don't get it, it's like, you guys are weird and fuck you and go be weird somewhere else.
Right.
No, fucking let them. They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
So it's such a weird, as a culture, we like the amount of ownership that people feel that they have. I just don't get it.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm definitely guilty of it too. I'm sure there's a podcast episode that you can go back to and be like, Brett, you're doing this fucking thing exactly right there. The Power Rangers movie that came out, I shit on that thing so hard when that was.
My audio cut out. The what?
The Power Rangers movie that came out.
Oh, that fucking movie.
Not that bad.
Really cool.
I set such a low bar for myself when I went to go see it. I actually had a good time, but I was pissed. I was like,
that's the thing.
Alpha's
like, you can
dumb.
Turn off that
This is this.
Part of your brain,
Yeah, and
like, I'm not gonna pick this thing apart. I'm just gonna sit here with popcorn and watch the images go into my brain.
Yeah, but it was a fun time. Was it the best movie ever? No. Was it a fun time? Yes.
Did you get in a fight over it?
No. So.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's like we have to. I feel like, again, it comes to that sense of ownership, and we just need to like. A story is a story that's being told by the storyteller. Okay? If you don't like the ending, maybe that's the point. I'm not saying it is, especially with movies, like a lot of with an opinion or agenda or something like that, just being like, that's dumb, you're dumb. And I'm as a person who's slowly turning into an old man, I realize like I am super guilty of that, being like, take your dumb opinion somewhere else, but like, I don't know. Sometimes like if we only had perfect things that lived up to what people expected, we wouldn't have The Room with Tommy Wiseau would be nobody. We wouldn't have stupid, shitty internet videos.
You wouldn't have so many things. Yeah.
If everything was a masterpiece, I would hate the world.
Right.
Like you have to have disappointing, bad things and things that make you feel bad, both for what you could have had and like, oh, this is. Some things end badly, like not everything has this perfect golden ending.
Right. And everybody's different. Everybody's going to enjoy or dislike things differently, Yeah. And that's for anything, So everything's not made for
I'm
me.
guilty of it too, because like I remember when Skyward Sword came out and fucking Skyward Sword. But I was starting to play it and Sarah made a comment. And this was before she was pregnant. We were just dating. We were living together. I paused the game, and I was like, if you're not going to take this seriously, you can leave. I remember saying that. I was like, Zelda games are an experience for me. So I'm absolutely guilty of it, or I was. And I feel like I've gone to the now where it's just like I'm over-judging everybody. But I feel like we all need to take a deep breath and just remember, like, why we started liking things, Like before before the investments and the fan theories and the change.org polls, which I don't think those go anywhere. That's for the government to do things, isn't it? They can't make Hollywood rewrite something, right?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't think Congress has that power.
Oh, no, they don't.
Didn't the Obama administration respond to a Star Wars one at one point?
Not sure.
I think they did, honestly. Yeah. Oh shoot. And you know what? I thought of this. Kind of reminded me of a tangential thing, but I forgot it because I got grumpy.
Well, I mentioned that I had one random point way before pre-show, fandom-wise, that I just wanted to shout out a positive because I saw it on Twitter and I thought it was hilarious. So somebody tweeted out...
Do it. I want to hear about a positive fandom.
So,
those are like fully positive ones.
Yeah.
Are inclusive and welcoming, and it's like just makes you feel warm and happy. And when they work out, they're so beautiful.
So I'm going to say shout out to the Sonic community. Now, this is a hashtag spoiler, so if you want to see the Sonic movie, Jeff, you're going to understand in a minute. If you want to see the Sonic movie, this is the point you mute.
Going into this immediately.
Shut your mouth and listen!
The Sonic community.
Shout out to them. If you're seeing the Sonic movie and you haven't seen it yet, please mute for right now. I'll put my hand down when I'm done. Shout out to them. There was a tweet going around saying, making fun of the Marvel community to be funny, to be honest. But it took the Marvel community a week to make a meme of Spider-Man ghosting away in Infinity War. It took a month for the Sonic community to finally reveal that Tails was in Sonic movie at the end or wherever.
They were very good about hiding that, yeah.
So I appreciate that. Like, I didn't see the movie. I still kind of want to see the movie. And out of curiosity, I was wondering if Tails or Knuckles made it in. And
Did you see it yet?
I have not. I need to, like, at some point, I would like to go see it.
I'm not going to say anything then.
I appreciate that. So seeing Tails, I was like, that's awesome.
Because Willow didn't stick around because she would have blurted it out.
Oh, yeah. Because I like Tails. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And seeing his little, CG model, I was like, yay.
I have questions about Tails, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Okay.
Like, how does it work? Is there like a gear in his butt?
Yeah. So, out of curiosity, I'm wondering if he had a pre-design before the redesign. I don't want to see it if that's the case.
I really think... Well, I mean, Sonic was originally supposed to be a fox, but they wanted something that rolled up into a ball, and it's like, well, what the hell rolls up into a ball? Oh, a hedgehog.
Oh,
okay,
no.
Let's make him a hedgehog.
I mean movie-wise.
I know, I'm just saying,
okay.
Sonic has been getting redesigned since the 90s.
Gotcha. Okay, spoiler over. So, shout out to them.
I really recommend that. Like, if you can go with no expectations, you're gonna have a good time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you're going in expecting fucking, Gone with the Wind, why are you seeing Sonic?
Right.
Now that being said, I have run into some very vocal Sonic Adventure fans who swear to God it's the best game ever made. And I'm like, have you seen him talk in the first game? Because he looks like he's having a stroke. But I love Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure. It's a Dreamcast game. It's of its time. They clearly did not give one single flying fuck about lip sync. So,
yeah. Well, if you don't lip sync,
for the janky mess it is, and have fun being big and trying to get that fucking frog.
So
that's not me being cranky. Those are objectively difficult at times, like getting him to bite that freaking lure. Have you played the Sonic Adventure games? Yeah. Skip the first one, play the second.
All right. So yeah, I think that's all pretty much about fandoms. It's pretty much just like, remember, it's a thing we're supposed to enjoy. Just do that. Enjoy it for what it is. Talk about it. That's fine to talk about, but know that everybody's not going to like what you're going to like.
We don't need to wrap our identities and value as people around the things that we like.
Right.
If somebody doesn't like something, it's not an affront to you personally.
Right.
Yeah. If that's the case, then every generation before you is immortal.
Yeah. And just be silly about it. Like, Lady and I have such different tastes in music in some cases.
Oh,
like, she's
God.
like,
Sarah and I, oh, Jesus. Our taste in almost everything. With the exception of, like, some movies and anime. Like, her music, I'm just like, how can you do this? And then like she listens to mine and she's like, are you fucking 12?
But yeah, there's just certain
like,
songs.
I just listened to an entire song that was just dick jokes over and over.
There's certain songs that I'll point out. She's like, oh, I hate that song. And I'm like, and the thing is, it hurts because I really like the song.
You know what?
But I joke about it.
And then when you find something that you both like, it's so much better.
For sure. Yeah.
And then you end up playing it so much that it ruins it for both of you.
And then you move on to the next
one.
one.
You have that hatred to share, being like, this fucking song again. Hold me while we get through it.
So, yeah, just remember, it's not that big a deal. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, we all need to, with everything, we all need to just take a deep breath and fucking chill out. I feel like. Everybody's, and maybe it's just like it's the internet, like you said, the internet age, and also like the state of the world that we're living in. But everybody's so fucking tense all the time. I feel like,
yeah, in a way.
And I can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
That's all I can safely say about fandom.
Safely say. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 64. My name is Brett, a.k.a. Enigma9011, and today I was joined once again by Jeff, a.k.a. Jeff Red Gaming. Jeff, thank you for being on the podcast. I appreciate it.
I don't know what I said.
Oh.
It was something in Japanese, but I don't know what I said.
Brett! If you want to catch this podcast live, you can go over to twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every first and third Saturday of the month at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join in on the conversation like Lady in Wonderland did today, or just, despise us for our topic choices or whatever you want to do. But you can join in the conversation, have some fun, chat with us.
By the way, I want to see this look, lady.
There you go. Challenge.
I want to see this. I want to see this dad look that you have.
If you can't catch it live, you can catch it over on YouTube.com and SoundCloud.
I didn't get a picture. Like when I'm amazed that both of us, when we started this topic, like we didn't both get like a Twitter like notification, and it's just a picture of her giving us
the look right then and there.
Don't do this. This is a bad idea for both of you. Someone's gonna say something
that would have been hilarious if she did it. Damn. YouTube and SoundCloud the following Friday, and full video and MP3. If you have a topic for us that you'd like us to discuss, put it down in the comment section down below and we might just get to it. And last but not least, remember guys, we're brought to you by the merch store. You can get all of your swag over there, t-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Merch! Grab it for yourself, represent us, and it would be greatly appreciated. Jeff, thanks again for being on the show.
Yes, as always. I hope I wasn't obnoxious. Wow.
You're good.
Obnoxious. There we go.
And as you heard today, Scary-tober, October 2020, you'll see your boys playing some Dead Space 3 and me being scared, apparently, a lot. So look out for that.
See. I don't know. I think you have a lower natural threshold for scares than I do.
What?
Well, maybe it's just I'm a child of the 80s, That was like bread and butter back then.
Oh, okay, I get you.
But like jump scares and like, having to back and shoot and things like that,
Gotcha.
Because it's not Resident Evil where you can just like pop their legs off and that's it. Like you gotta be careful about what you're doing.
Right. Crap.
Or you can't just shoot them in the head. They'll come at you without a head.
Crap. Damn it.
Well, that's what I liked about it, because it was Resident Evil in space at the beginning,
Right.
So, and I love horror and I love space, and when you combine them, you get like the only thing I like better is like comedy horror. So.
Cool. All right, everybody. We will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye.